This is starting to seem a lot like Toradora, and that makes me sad. Hello, and welcome to the next episode of The World God Only Knows Goddesses. This is episode 7, I believe it's called Bad Medicine, at least that's what it said on Crunchyroll when I watched it. This episode is following Chihiro, who is the girl with the guitar, and Ayumi, the girl from the very first story of The World God Only Knows back in Season 1, the sports girl. This was a very heavy episode. At least I felt it was very heavy. I keep getting Toradora vibes from it, and it's really depressing, bumming me out and everything, because Toradora, while it did end happily, really bummed me out. I was in a really big depression once it was over, because some of the characters I was really rooting for didn't get anything in the end, and it made me really sad. And it's seeming like that's going to end up happening here, and I'm not too sure how to feel about this, because with Toradora, at least I knew the whole thing was out, now I'm having to wait. So Ayumi and Chihiro are best friends, they're in a band, they go to the same school and all that, they're in the same class. There's a chance that one of them has a goddess within her. So Katsuragi gets really sick. He's been getting sick. You see a few clips from the previous episode where he's starting to get a little sick, but he gets so sick that he collapses at his house and is unable to even, move for the most part. This new demon comes in, who I'm guessing is related to one of the OVAs, because they mentioned knowing Nora, who was the kind of mean demon. He comes in, and he's pretty much just there because Katsuragi needs someone else there for, 2 scenes. He felt really pointless in this episode. So Katsuragi is trying to trigger a sick visit event. These are in dating sims where either the character you play as or the character you're going for gets sick, and the other visits them, and you have a special moment. You've seen this in anime a lot too, it's all over the place. So he's trying to use being sick to his advantage, and he's trying to get a sick event triggered with Ayumi, because he wants to try and work with her. But things get a bit complicated when he has her over and she's taking care of him, and it's going really nice between the two. And then Chihiro comes over claiming to want to see Elsie, despite the fact that she knows Elsie isn't there. So she comes over, and it's like this weird shenanigan type thing that you always see where you're trying to keep the two of them from seeing each other, but they do it with a new twist. Ayumi knows that Chihiro is over, so it's not like you're trying to keep both of them from knowing, you're just trying to keep one of them from knowing, and so far Katsuragi's been doing a great job at making it so that it seems like Chihiro, he honestly did not know she was going to come over, and so he's actually using that honesty to his advantage again. He's trying to make it seem like Chihiro's just a friend, maybe. He, has hung out with her, twice or something, and trying to make it seem like that to Ayumi, but then things with Chihiro keep getting better and better and going up and up. And then she leaves, and they're like, oh, thank God. They have a funny little moment where they're under the bed sheets, and Ayumi got a bit sweaty, and they wear white shirts underneath, so it kind of got a little see-through, and she got mad and pretty much sucker punched the crap out of him. They do a lot of funny stuff with the whole hiding her under the bed sheets type thing. I love the faces that they've been going with. They go really cartoony, but, just really good, really nicely animated, too. So Chihiro leaves, they're all like, oh, thank God, it's over. And Ayumi's like, are you sure there's nothing between you two? And he goes, yes, she came over for Elsie. I had no idea she was coming over. And then there's a knock on the door, and Chihiro's there. And this is where the spoiler thing kicks into effect, so fair warning right now. Don't watch the rest of this if you don't want this part spoiled. Are y'all gone? Okay. Chihiro says she loves Katsuragi. And it's this really big moment because I don't know which one of these two I like better. I like Shiori. But this is what I was talking about. I really want... They make all these girls really cool. And I want every single one of them to end up happy. But because there's only one guy, I don't know how it's gonna happen. And I don't like that I don't know how it's gonna happen. It's making me get vibes for when I was watching Toradora. And you get to a certain point in Toradora, and all of a sudden it goes from being a normal emotional roller coaster with some funny moments and all that, to just the Goliath of emotional roller coasters. For those of you who don't know what the Goliath is, it's at Six Flags. It's a freaking huge roller coaster. It is a huge roller coaster. yes, I don't know. I want everyone happy, but it's seeming like that's not gonna happen. And I don't like that that's seeming like it's not gonna happen. Overall, this episode was really good, except for the friend of Nora. I think his name's Rio. If any of you could tell me in the comments about whether or not he's been in the OVAs or whatnot. He seemed really pointless. And before this video is over, I want to thank Okami1101, 1101, whatever, for making it clear, because you've been keeping me pretty much whenever I've been confused about something. In the comments of these videos, you've been right there, like, telling me stuff that I didn't remember. And thank you for reminding me that there are 6 goddesses. I was under the assumption there were 5, hence the long confusion point at the end of the last video. Thanks for that. Thanks for looking out. And to the rest of you, I will see you all later this week with a new Initial Impressions episode that I recorded yesterday, and then next week with the next episode of The World God Only Knows Goddesses. Peace out.